She beat the brakes off K-Scott. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Claressa Shields. Whoop that trick. Ha!
Live worldwide on DAZN. Let's now welcome to the ring our main event participants. First, the defending world champion from Australia, Kaye Glamour Scott.
Well, if Kaye Scott is intimidated or nervous or doubts herself, you wouldn't know it from talking to her, Sergio. She said, listen, I sparred Claressa back in 2016. Claressa doesn't remember it, by the way. And she said, listen, I put my hands on her. I don't put her on a pedestal like everyone else does. I think I can give her trouble. If I bring my A game, I beat her.
And that's because they have that experience sparring. This is an Olympian versus an Olympian, a champion versus champion. And the reason that Kaye Scott is so confident because she thinks that Claressa Shields at this point of her career, of her life, is overlooking her, overconfident. And of course, since she's coming down from heavyweight, maybe having weight issues, getting back to 160.
All right, Sergio, keys to victory for Scott. You said that she drops her right hand, she can get clipped. But offensively, can she hurt the quotes?
It's going to be a right hand. I mean, she is tall, she is long, but she has no power. She's going to have to really do something we haven't seen. Jab the midsection. It's going to be Shields coming on the front foot. Shields does square up at times when she's hooking with opponents. So you got to dig at that midsection, jab and dip, punch and dip, because something's always going to come back. And don't exchange with the quote, because Shields has a faster hand. You want to rely on timing and not speed.
She's coming off the biggest win of her career, defeating Olivia Curry in their rematch to claim the vacant WBC and WBA middleweight champions. And Scott became a world champion at the age of 41 after just her 7th pro fight. Sergio, that's pretty incredible in its own right.
No, it is very impressive because she is older and she's still fighting against the best in a championship level at this age of her career. Where she lacks in the pro experience, she makes up with the amateur experience and the confidence that she brings to the table. If she can stay fluid, stay confident, and like she told us, and this is something that I loved hearing from her, hide when she's hurt. She knows she's going to get hit. So she has to control her body language, control her breathing, and hide anytime Shields lands something big. That's an excellent way of thinking when you're not the favorite.
And if you're wondering why Kaye Scott got such a late start in the game, she's 42 years old now. That's because she had to wait to start her amateur boxing career because women's boxing was banned in her state of New South Wales until 2009. And after that ban was lifted, Scott took part in the first ever female bout in the state. So similar to what Katie Taylor had to go through in Ireland when boxing was banned for women in her country. So Kaye Scott, a trailblazer in her country, and boy, would she set the sport on fire if she could somehow pick up one of the biggest wins anyone's ever gotten in a ring to beat Claressa Shields here tonight. Kaye Scott, currently one of Australia's 2 reigning world champions, alongside Skye Nicholson, who holds the 122-pound championship. There's Claressa Shields, who loves to glam up for the press conference, for the weigh-in. You saw her yesterday with a feather boa, an outrageous bikini, but she takes all the makeup off. All the glam comes off, and she says she gets back to the basics. She comes back to the beatdowns. She said she used to give to her mother's boyfriends back in the day, Sergio. She used to stand up for her family with her fists.
Because she's a fighter at heart. But she knows at this age of boxing, especially women's boxing, looks also sell. Looks also promote. So not only are the looks going to get you somewhere, but the hooks are going to get you even farther. And when it comes down to fighting, when that bell rings, there's only one champion there that's won 2 gold medals. There's only one 19-time world champion, 5-division champion, 3 times undisputed, and that's Claressa Shields, and that's the reason she has that demeanor coming to the ring.
A slight delay as we're dealing with some security issues before the quote makes the walk. the barriers. She has become a one-woman force. Other than Katie Taylor, Sergio, no one has the magnetic personality and the draw in the women's game like Claressa Shields.
Now, there's always something that's missing, right? Like Amanda Serrano, she had the power and the body shots and the way of fighting, but she didn't have the colorful character. You know, she wasn't outspoken. She was more timid and reserved. Then you have Alicia Baumgartner, who has the looks, has the mouth, but then she does not really, there's something missing with her as well. Claressa Shields has a little bit of everything, you know, a little bit of everything, and that's the reason she's able to market and promote herself.
All right, Sergio, let's revisit from earlier tonight your keys to victory for Claressa Shields.
Claressa Shields needs to...
There is Kaye Scott. And Sergio, Claressa Shields, 18 wins, only 3 knockouts, but you believe she gets one tonight against Kaye Scott. Is it just because that she drops that right hand so low?
I think it's because of a lot of things. I think even at 31 years old, I think Claressa Shields is growing into not only her strength, her power, but even knowing. This is a woman, this is a champion that doesn't stop learning. She's always trying to learn. Now that she has Andre Jarrell, you know, a fighter that I really respect, speed is not going to be enough. It's punch placement and turning shots and technique, and I think that's why she's going to carry the power.
All right, we're ready to see the goat make the walk. Here's Thomas Triber.
And now let's welcome the challenger from the United States, known as the GOAT, Claressa T-Rex Shields.
An absolute packed house, and it has been for a few hours. This just isn't a fight night. This is the whole scene as Lotto's about to sing her to the ring.
Or at least walk her to the ring, because this is a song that we're familiar with Claressa Shields. And you can hear everyone here knows the lyrics and is going to sing along.
jam-packed State Farm Arena in Atlanta, which just shows you how popular Claressa Shields is in the entire country, not just her home state of Michigan. This crowd is going crazy.
Whether it's Flint But whether it's anywhere in Michigan or Atlanta, this woman, this champion, this GOAT knows how to bring out the crowd and put on a show.
And now we welcome Johnny Blaze to perform the singing of the song, Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmony of liberty. Let all rejoice, sing, rise, high as a lifting sky. Let our resound loud as a rolling sea. So sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the past has brought us. Facing the rising sun, all of our day become. Let us march on till victory is won. Is won.
And now we welcome Molly Nicole to sing the national anthem for the United States.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleam? Whose but shines and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly slain. In the rocket's red glare,
Brought to you by Salida Promotions. In partnership with Win Records, Claressa Shields Promotions and Route 30. Presenting sponsor is Zeus Network, along with our great sponsor, OnlyFans. Sanctioned by the Georgia Athletic Commission, Executive Director Matt Woodruff, along with World Boxing Association, President Gilberto Mendoza Jr., Supervisor Kina Malpartida, and the World Boxing Council, President Mauricio Suleiman, Supervisor Jill Diamond. The judges are Mike Ross, Wilfredo Esperon, and Alex Marin. Our referee in charge will be Joel Scobie. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event. So boxing fans, joining us live worldwide, and boxing fans here in Atlanta, Georgia, the hour of truth has arrived. Introducing first, the challenger. Fighting out of the red corner, she comes to the ring wearing red with gold and weighed in officially at 159.8 pounds. A native of Flint, Michigan, she is now fighting out of Atlanta, Georgia, USA, and had a stellar amateur career. 3 wins come by way of knockout. Her accomplishments include winning 19 world titles in 5 weight divisions, becoming the undisputed light middleweight and middleweight world champion, the current undisputed heavyweight world champion, and the #1 pound-for-pound female fighter in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, universally recognized as the greatest female fighter of all time, here is the GOAT, Claressa T-Rex Shields. And across the ring in this main event, she is the defending world champion, fighting out of the blue corner. She comes to the ring wearing red with white and weighed in officially at 158.8 pounds. Coming to us from Sydney, Australia, she brings a professional record of 5 wins, just 1 defeat, and 1 draw. Tonight, in her first world title defense, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the reigning and defending WBA and WBC Women's Middleweight Champion of the World, Kaye Glamour Scott.
Awesome. 2 seconds. Hey, 2 seconds. Okay, Claressa and Kaye, we went over in the dressing room. I remind you to follow my commands, protect yourself at all times. Just listen up on the low blows. Both of you are going to go from the middle of the letters and up are legal punches. Good luck to you both.
All right, so finally, it's go time. 12:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. Are we about to see another dominant, destructive beatdown from Claressa Shields, or can Kaye Scott pull off one of the biggest upsets since James Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson? Shields a 30-1 favorite. Our main event starts now, live from Atlanta, Georgia. This for the WBC and WBN champs of the world.
I think what to watch early on with Kaye Scott is, can she stay on that front foot? She is not going to be successful against Claressa Shields fighting off that back foot. We saw it in Claressa's last fight with Franchon Cruz-Nazurin. Franchon wanted to be a front foot fighter, but just couldn't seem to keep the pressure of Claressa Shields off her.
And Scott's not going to have any success if she's stiff. I mean, she fights so stiff and tall. Normally that's good if you're fighting another fighter not as fluid, not as quick on the trigger than Claressa Shields, but being that stiff and not moving your upper body, it's only be a matter of time before Shields times her.
She also has very little head movement, Sergio. Keeps that head right on the line.
Scott likes to fight coming forward, but right now Shields is forcing her back. Good jab there.
And that's where Scott is actually vulnerable on the back foot. She keeps that head high. She doesn't tuck her chin in.
Good shots from Shields, but Scott fires back.
I tell you, we are already, I think, seeing some of the evolution of Claressa Shields. She's sitting down on these punches a little bit more.
And I'm surprised that Scott's exchanging hooks with her so early.
Well, Chris said earlier there's no way that Scott can outbox her. She's got to outfight her.
And credit to Scott right now so far. She is trying to get her respect.
And even Shields said yesterday at the weigh-in she was impressed by how big and strong Kaye Scott looked.
Yeah, but you got to remember, Shields also has faced someone that's 6 foot tall, just like Kaye Scott, and was able to handle her in Danielle Perkins. Actually dropped Perkins with an overhand shot, overhand right. A bump coming up on the forehead of Kaye Scott.
She's had problems before.
That's going to turn into a hematoma. It's already swelling.
All right, round 2. Good first round for Claressa Shields, although Scott did have some moments. Chris, what are you seeing so far?
I see a woman in Claressa Shields that wants to win a fight by knockout. We've seen Claressa have success in the past, flurrying, throwing 8, 9, 10 punch combinations at times. And I think she can do that any time against Kaye Scott. But that first round, she was looking for one big one.
Oh, they're motoring. Both of them just letting their hands go. This is a fight now. Good right hand there to punctuate it from Shields.
You got to give it to Kaye Scott. I mean, she's mixing it up with Shields, but look, Shields has the faster hands. I think she has the more compact power type punches. But right now, Kaye Scott's giving just like he's taking. I would love to see Shields throw body shots. That's what she neglects. She always neglects the body. She's always trying to head hunt. If she can dig down, get the respect of Scott downstairs, then something easier will land up top. See Shields trying to shoulder roll and trying to come back with that right hand. Good body shot by
body
Shields.
shot from Shields and another one. Scott there. Scott, though, right there in the pocket.
I tell you what, that bump on the head of Kaye Scott is getting bigger and bigger. They were working on it in the corner after that last round, but that is going to be a real problem.
Yeah, usually bumps like that don't come from punches. They're usually by elbows or something sharp that hit her there, because normally a glove doesn't do that. Or a head, but
I wouldn't be surprised to see the doctor take a look at this either after this round or the next one.
Exciting fight. Fight against Desley Robinson, which had an enormous hematoma form on her head, similar to what we're seeing here tonight. They've got to get that inswell going on her, Sergio.
They've been doing a good job pushing it down. I mean, it should have been a lot worse by now. So the corner of Kaye Scott doing a tremendous job.
The worst one I ever remember seeing was
Asim Rahman.
Asim Rahman, I believe, against Evander Holyfield.
Another man that was adept at using his head with great Holyfield.
Scott with a 1-2.
Good shot right on the top of the head. I think she clipped that hematoma with that right hand.
Well, it's hard to miss. She's got 2 heads. There's a left hook from Scott.
And Scott, this is what Scott needs to do. Be on the front foot, trying to push back Shields. She said she was going to do it, and she is. I like the jab that she's throwing to the torso, to the gut area as well.
But she's eating a lot more shots than she's handing out. Some good body work from Claressa in that exchange.
And Scott knew she was going to have to eat shots. She was going to have to go through fire.
Triple, quadruple jab from Shields. And Sergio, you wanted more body shots from the quote. She's giving them to you.
That's a good shot.
Are you surprised by what you're seeing from Kaye Scott as she eats the right hand, or is this what you thought?
Well, I'm surprised with the toughness because Shields should have hurt her by now. I mean, I'm confident in Shields' power and that she has a better technique, and just barely missing those left hooks I was talking about were keys to victory. Look, shots like that, they're barely missing because of the lack of upper body movement of Scott. So Claressa Shields in complete control, but gutsy effort being shown by Scott.
Good into the round for Shields.
How you feel? That's good work. You get a little bit closer for me. Every time we hit to the side, you get a little bit closer. All right? That's good work. Touch that body. Don't forget that body. That's good work.
Claressa Shields with the slightly faster hands. There's that shoulder roll, trying to catch her with that shoulder roll. Came up short right there. Slightly faster hands taking advantage of the shots around the guard.
I tell you, I love the chemistry Jackson has with Andre Jarrell in the corner of Claressa Shields. No overlap there. JDJ gives his instructions right at the top, points at Andre, he gives his piece. Very solid corner work by that team.
Unlike some work we saw in Tyson Fury's corner a few fights ago where everyone was giving him conflicting information and talking over each other. It's good to see a corner that has their act together as we look at Chris Mannix's scorecard.
Yeah, pretty easy fight to score at this point. 3-0. Kaye Scott, tough, landing a few shots, but overwhelming work being done right now by Claressa Shields.
You see some openings for Scott to land some big punches, Sergio?
It looks like there's an opening with the right hand, but Claressa keeps rolling with that shot. I mean, she got really good at that shoulder roll, confident with that left shoulder, blocking that jab. So no, not yet. See how Shields has been practicing that just to get Scott to get overconfident, maybe overcommitting with a left jab and then coming over the top.
More good body work. John Jackson was asking for that after that last round. She's been doing effective body work these last 2 rounds. Good body shot there as well.
Yeah. This is more body shots than we're accustomed to seeing from Claressa Shields.
You look at some of these numbers, 174-98 advantage in punches thrown, 37-19 in the power punches landed.
Shields is not overloaded like she has in the past. And this is by design. They've worked on this. They're working on breaking down opponents responsibly with that jab, not overloading, not losing your ground. Shields is looking sharp and responsible.
Nice shoulder roll again by Claressa Shields. 2-time Olympic gold medalist.
And there's that overloading with that right hand. That's the first time I've seen her do it so far.
Oh, stiff jab. Big crowd here tonight, an even bigger one coming up September 5th at the historic Crow Park. They're expecting 80,000 fans for the farewell song from Katie Taylor as she rounds out her incredible career live on DAZN.
That's our chance to be rough. And I need you to be rough in there. Right? She's saving herself. She's going to try and come home real hard. All right? Let's be right on her head.
They want her to be rough in there, Sergio.
I love hearing that. They're a decision because they know they can't outbox someone like Claressa Shields. They can try to outfight someone like Shields, but they gotta get her going. They gotta get her more of a tough fight.
All right, We're in round 5, scheduled for 10. Shields probably has won the first 4 rounds. Now she's allowing Scott to come to her. Maybe catch her with a counter right hand. You see that pull counter, she's setting up for it, Sergio.
Shields is really good at fighting off the ropes. You see it in every fight. She's so comfortable flooring off them ropes.
There it was, it landed. But Scott, true to form, trying to make it rough.
You can see that Scott's really strong on the inside when they tangle up on the inside. Shields is just sharper. There's that shot. You know, if you're not in a position to throw that right hand, you shouldn't throw it.
Now, Kaye Scott trying to bully Shields on the inside. Why not? The crowd sounds like they're a little bit concerned, but I think Shields is allowing her to do this.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think there's a method to the madness here. Claressa backed into that corner without being pushed there. And Kaye Scott wants to try to take advantage, but Claressa's landing some good counter shots here as well.
Good left hand there by Scott, but I agree. I like the way this chick picking her shots.
And Sergio, when they're in this kind of grapple, the body's open to Kaye Scott. I think Claressa's using that as a way to get to the body.
And Shields is taking advantage with the body shots and uppercuts. Beautiful shots, both of them around the guard.
And now Shields coming off the ropes.
I tell you, that was a smart strategic move. There's about 8 body shots that landed in that exchange by Claressa Shields.
And again, Shields firing to the rib cage. Probably the best round of the fight, though, for Kaye Scott. Not sure she won it. Oh, big left hand there, but Scott got hers in too.
Claressa Shields did against the ropes. Look at the slight little catching and countering and good body shots, missing that hook, but staying against the ropes. Claressa Shields just looking for an opening, real calm, not letting Scott smother her. She still wants a little bit of space to land shots like that. Really clean work, even against the ropes. There's a rope.
This crowd has turned this into a party. All right, round 6. Shields wants a knockout in the worst way, Chris. You think she's going to be able to get it?
I think Kaye Scott's been tough so far, taking the best that Claressa Shields has thrown at her, but I do like the body work. I think if a knockout comes, it's going to come from a good body shot.
Shields said she normally does 6-week training camps, did 12 weeks in preparation for this fight because she said, I want to destroy Scott in front of this massive crowd.
Yeah, and I think it was smart because you're going from around 175 back down to 160. You haven't fought there in 3 years. She told us this week that because she kind of got stuck in the 170s, you know, a month, 2 months before the fight. It took a while to lose those last few pounds, so she's glad she took that full 12-week training camp.
I like the punch selection by Shields. You know, she's trying to set up that right hand, but when it's not there, she puts them together real nicely, not overloading on the punches.
If you're wondering, yes, Claressa Shields has been knocked down before, but it happened 8 years ago. It was a first-round flash knockdown against Hannah Gabriels.
Ooh, good shot. There's that left hook. Finally landed. Scott took it well. There it is.
She didn't take that one well. She's ready to go. Claressa Shields wants the knockout, and she's down.
There was the key to victory, exchanging hooks. That's exactly what Shields needs to do. Take some chances, and she just got her.
45 seconds to go in the round. Now is when Claressa Shields needs to flurry. Let her hands go. Force the referee to step in and stop the fight.
He may stop it now, Chris. She doesn't look good. Can Shields get her first knockout in 2 years? She's ready to go. They throw in every towel they've got. It's all over. Claressa Shields.
Not 1, not 2, but 3 towels come in.
She beat the brakes off Kaye Scott. And Pat Poose was there. Shout out to Pat.
Claressa, congratulations. You get your 19th win, 4th knockout, collect belts number 20 and 21 on your resume, and you prove again you're the queen of 160 pounds. How'd you feel about that performance?
Oh, man. I felt, well, one, I want to give my honor, and I want to thank God. And I want to thank my team, Coach John, Coach Andre Darrell. I want to thank Pat Poos, thank Win Records, Deuce Network, The Zone, Dimitri Salita, my promoter. Man, this was a hard camp. It was a hard camp. You know, I always tell myself that everything is easy work, but it was a really hard camp. I cut 38 pounds. I started 14 weeks ago. I was 198, and then I got down to 160, and it was a hard camp. I mean, the most disciplined I've been since the Olympics, I feel like.
You knew coming in you probably had a big skill advantage, speed advantage, accuracy advantage, but it seemed like from the opening bell you were looking to get that stoppage.
No, I was actually just trying to figure her out. She was stronger than what I thought. She was very strong, and I knew that with me cutting the way that I cut, that I didn't want to exert too much early. So I was trying to make sure I can deal with her strength and not get caught with nothing crazy, because I'm not as strong as I feel at 175. But I am as strong, but I just don't feel like it. I started going to her body and breaking her down, and I seen that my jab and everything was really on point, but I kind of thought that Kay, all the girls are super tough and go 10 rounds. So I was like, if I do the same thing, I'm gonna go 10 rounds, so how can I go, you know, knock her out? And when I started going to the body and seeing that my right hand was just landing, I'm like, get a little bit closer, take my time with my shots. And when I think I threw a right hook and a right, and I slowed it down, and all 3 of them hit, and I seen her leg get wobbly, I'm like, oh shit, she's ready to go. So we've been working on that all camp.
Walk me through that punch. You seemed to hit her with a clean shot. It was kind of a delayed reaction from her there before she went down. What did you see there?
I just remember getting close and throwing the right hook, right? And I seen that she was trying to fight back, and I think I threw the right and a hook, and then she started wobbling and going down.
Seemed like they threw every towel in the locker room in there at the very end. You disappointed you couldn't get sort of the highlight finish?
I know. I am happy with my highlights. I'm happy with my performance. I'm happy with my camp. I sprained my knee. Everybody keep asking me about my dang knee brace. I sprained my knee 2 weeks ago working on delivering my power with a shot. And my thing popped out of my leg. So I was trying to make sure it didn't pop out during the fight. So I had to wear this thing for the past 2 weeks. But I felt really good, and I feel really strong. And I can't wait to fight against Lauren Price at 160.
I'll ask you about that, but you coming down here to Atlanta, this was your idea. You were selling out arenas in Michigan. You came down here, 16,000 fans here in Atlanta that came to see you tonight.
That is so crazy to me. Oh my God! I walked out here, I said, oh, they in this mother lover for your girl. Man, I knew I could do it. Atlanta loves black excellence, just like Detroit. And I came out here and showed why I am pound for pound #1.
All right, so Lauren Price, is that the fight that you want next?
Yes, if I can get it in between December and January. If not, I would love to fight against Michaela or Tam Tebow. She got the rest of the 3 belts. She don't really had that many fights in the professionals, but she got belts. It's not my fault these girls don't have the experience that I have. But hey, she got a belt that I know belongs to me, and that's the ring belt. I've always been #1 at 160, and when I decided to come back down to 160, that automatically made me #1. I don't know how the Ring magazine let Delcy and Tam fight for the ring belt, and Tam was not #2 or 1. It doesn't make sense.
Congratulations, Claressa.
Yes, thank you, and to all my fans, I love y'all for spending y'all hard-earned money, getting y'all hotels and y'all flights. Everybody that drove here and got on buses from Flint, I love y'all, and I can't wait to get back out here and do this again.
All right, Dimitri, we'll give you the last word. You want to come back to Atlanta?
Atlanta was great. Claressa made history again, being the first woman to headline an event in this beautiful world-class venue. Claressa's goal is to fight the best. She's been going up and down the weight historically, and we won the biggest and the best fights. Atlanta, Detroit, New York City. Here we come.
Sky's the limit. Appreciate it, Dimitri.
Like, comment, subscribe. I had to show y'all this jewel.